All right, hi. Welcome to our inaugural podcast. This is episode number 1. The title of the show is actually still a work in progress, and I'll have more on that in a minute. Just to let everybody know, this is a conversational video game podcast. The stories may get a little off topic. Probably it'll actually happen a lot, so we're just going to sit around and kind of shoot the shit. Now, I realize I already said shit. This will have some strong language. We are all well-educated adults, but we'll try to keep it to a minimum. We're not going to swear for the sake of swearing, but it'll probably let one slip once in a while. Now, like I said earlier, title's actually a work in progress. We've been talking about doing this for months now, and we haven't settled on a name. So we'll have more on that in a minute, but I want to take this opportunity to actually do a roundtable, introduce you to my fellow podcasters. So I don't know who wants to start, but you guys could give out your gamer tags or your PSN IDs if you'd like. History of your video game career, and what you're currently playing. So I don't know who wants to start. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mark.
All right. Well, my name is Mark, and gamertag Urban Assault 8 on Xbox. And let's see, gaming history started off with my Genesis growing up, and I've basically worked my way through the systems until then. Currently playing Battlefield 3 and probably some Star Wars Old Republic. That's where you'll find me.
Rock on. Joseph?
Republic. Gamertag, PSN and Xbox, BOC rocks. All one word. Lately, oh man, I forgot. What are we doing?
We are doing the
all right.
How you started playing video games.
I got it. History. Started with Nintendo way back in the day. Hand-me-downs from my uncle, got even older stuff. TurboGrafx, actually one of my favorites. And slowly becoming a diehard PC gamer.
Yes, I've noticed.
Probably not what
PC
Tony
is so
wants to
much
hear.
Yeah. I want to talk about that later.
One of these days, we'll get you on computer. Playing, I'm still playing Red Dead Redemption.
Excellent.
And Old Republic.
Rock on. All right, I suppose that brings me up. I'm Jerker 1015, both systems. Actually, my Steam account is as well, but I don't ever use that, so don't bother. I've been playing since my uncle handed me down his Atari 2600 way back in the day. Been playing every system ever since. Grown more fond of the Xbox community than any other, and Nintendo's probably my least favorite. Currently, I am playing Skyward Sword, as well as I went back and I'm playing Alice Madness Returns again.
I love that game.
That's a great game. So
I need
that's
to jump back into that. I'm only halfway through.
All right, so next segment we got here is kind of the top 10 news stories that have been going around this week. Basically what we're going to do is name off the topic and then kind of go around and get everyone's opinion of them. And
Sounds good.
yeah, so first thing we got here today is in South Korea there is going to be a Kinect-powered theme park.
Stupid.
Yeah, I think that's kind of lame as well.
I don't know what are you going to do with the Kinect in a theme park? Like, are you going to have like a roller coaster, or like what kind of games are you going to have in there?
The Kinect's like, it barely works as is for what it's intended. I don't know. An entire theme park.
Oh,
based
Fruit
on
Ninja's
Kinect.
pretty fun.
Kind of a virtual roller coaster and move around and flail your arms and
Yeah,
everything.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't see how they're going to do like a whole theme park. Like Fruit Ninja's fun, Gunstringer's phenomenal.
Actually,
for what
I
it
do
is.
take it back. Gunstringer is cool.
But
Yeah.
I don't see how you can have a theme park based on the Kinect.
South Korea is going to have something to hopefully make interesting.
Yeah.
Otherwise it might turn out to be just a video
No,
game.
I'm interested in moving to South Korea for their internet speeds. Have you seen those?
No, I haven't. What do you got?
They're like 150
Yeah,
megabytes download
It's ridiculous.
for like $5 a month.
Yeah.
Remember it took you forever to download Star Wars? You could have been done
Oh, dude, I could
hours
have been.
before.
There's no caps out there.
I could have been level 20 by the time I was done. Here.
I actually think I capped my internet for this month already.
I hit mine last month. I had to stop. I had like 8 days left to go. I went over Comcast's. Wow, we're getting way off topic now.
Yeah, whatever. Comcast is stupid.
Yeah. All right, so next big thing. This was pretty big this week. The Kickstarter program gave Tim Schafer and his company over $1 million in a little bit over 8 hours to fund his new point-and-click game that should come out later this year. I don't know if you guys read it.
Which game?
Not titled yet. But basically, they went on Kickstarter. Kickstarter is a program where you can go on and kind of, if you need extra money, you can have people donate, and they'll help you finish it. Basically, well, to kind of get out of the eye of all the big publishers and people who would influence him to make the game how they wanted, to give user kind of like control, he went on Kickstarter to allow people to donate and hopefully make a game that everyone will like. You donate a minimal $15 and you would actually get a game on Steam when it does release, and you could go as far as basically anything else, and they had a bunch of other, like for $30 on there, something else. But basically, in a little bit of 8 hours, they got over $1 million.
Damn.
So that's a feel-good story, I think, because in this industry, everything's so blown up, and like when the gaming community comes together and helps other people develop games like that, I just think that's really, really cool.
Yeah, it kind of actually makes me wish I was a game developer.
Right?
Don't want to do it. Love retail. Love it.
Well,
Who loves retail? I
shut
question you.
Leave me alone. Leave me and my hats alone.
Yeah.
Also, fuck GameStop. There, I said it.
That leads into the next story, which is GameStop leaves all of Northern Ireland and Portugal. Do you know anything more about it?
There was actually, it's not that big of, like, they're pulling out of the community, which sounds a lot worse than it is. There was only, like, don't quote me, I might be wrong, but it's less than a handful in either country. So, I mean, you're talking like 7 or 8 total GameStops, but they're leaving 2 complete regions. So, I don't know.
Ireland was one of those, right? Like an entire country?
Yeah, but it only had like 3 GameStops. Like,
yeah,
one
I
was
mean, they
in
have to
Dublin,
compete
one,
with,
you
like,
know.
I know Game Crazy's pretty big over there, and they have a few other
Game
companies.
They have one just
still
called.
alive?
They have one just called Game. That's
Yeah,
the biggest
Game,
one.
Yeah,
in
the
Europe.
Game that's the other one too.
So,
they got
whatever. We all were either current or former employee
yeah.
of them. So I don't know. Whatever.
Mostly former.
Yeah, I don't really care.
And
I mean,
and I'm okay with that.
I mean, you have, like, GameStop here basically has monopolized the
United States is bad.
Yeah,
It's
but then you go over to
awful.
Europe, and there's a bunch of different stores like that.
That's how it should be here.
Yeah, because, like, we basically have GameStop, Disc Replay a little bit.
That's more of like on our region
Okay,
type thing too. That's not even nation.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else, like, that's a national chain that isn't a Walmart.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, tomorrow we have the Twisted Metal launch. It is coming with an online pass, which was against Joffy's wishes. What does everyone think about that?
I think it's cool that he stood up against it, but I mean, it was pretty much preordained that it was going to come out with one. Sony made that deal. I forgot what the first one was. Was it Resistance 3?
Yeah.
And they said every big first-party game that releases from this point forward is all going to have the online pass. So, I don't know. It's kind of lame, but it's going to happen.
What does everyone think about the online pass?
I don't really care. I buy most of my games new
Same here.
as of late, but I feel bad. But I mean, it's just gonna. I think in the future it's gonna go the way of the PCs anyway, where everything you're pretty much just buying a code, and when it initially transfers over, I think they're gonna give you a disc to make you feel like you bought some physical medium. But
Also, everyone thought when you install the games to your 360, you wouldn't need the disc anymore, but you still do.
yeah,
But, like, I mean, Steam, they have awesome sales every single year, and it's only digital. They don't have to worry about the physical product, and it would just save so much money for people, I think.
I absolutely love how Steam did everything. It's great for fat people.
Don't have to get out.
I do like the physical media though. Dude. I like having something to look at, and
I like box art, but you know what? My wallpaper changes every day.
like personally, what happens with me, like especially now with the newest update on the Xbox dashboard, is some games that I've been acquiring through,
Oh, okay. We need to talk about that dashboard update.
Yeah, we should bring that up
A little
as well,
bit later.
But I mean, I forget about games unless you're really, really searching for it. It's like 15 button strokes away just to see the games that are in your library.
Yeah,
It's
even if
so
you do the
hidden.
quick library, you have all, like, the demos you've done, you have everything else. But then
Netflix.
yeah,
And
then
then
you
it's-
have to- yeah,
it's still hard to find
anything you've
everything.
done is in the quick launch, but then you have to go all the way over to things like 4 tabs over just to get to the My Library.
Yeah, but there's stuff I bought ages ago, like Earthworm Jim HD. I love that game, and I forgot I owned it.
Yeah, exactly. Half the time I forget I have Gunstringer, and it's there.
Right?
I never play it because I don't remember I have it because I don't have a box.
It's exactly what I'm saying, but I can always look at my wall of video game cases and just know what, I don't know. It's just different.
You know, I do the exact same thing on Steam. I always have it on the only installed because I have like over 100 games. But like every once in a while, I'll go to the all games just to see what I still have. Just because it's just like looking down the game case that you have stacked on your wall or whatever.
Yeah.
But it just reminded me what I haven't played yet.
Yeah.
All right, well, next topic here, we have Nintendo announces an expected raise in losses from $258 million to $838 million. It's the first time in over 25 years the company has lost money in a year. Is it
whatever
their fault or what?
They got so
their fault.
They have so much money. The Wii printed money for that company for 5 years, and then the original DS. That thing was printing money too. I don't know. They had a couple bad quarters. I don't feel bad for them. If this is something that continues on for years and years and years, then you got a problem. But
It'll be okay until
a couple quarters, they can weather the storm.
Last till the Wii U.
Yeah.
Well,
which is
then
going to sell like crazy too.
The 3DS coming out $250 was ridiculous.
Yeah, but they're starting to turn that around.
Especially when you could buy a whole system for $50 more at the time.
Right.
Then at the time wasn't to get the Wii? The Wii was cheaper. They're
Wii
actually
was cheaper,
their
yes.
home console.
Yeah, it was $200 versus the $250.
That's insane.
Yeah,
And
there's just such...
you know what? The same thing is going to happen with the Vita.
Yeah,
I'm still going to buy one regardless.
Especially because I think at E3 this year they're going to announce price drops on both systems, $50 cheaper for PS3 and the Xbox.
You think again?
I think, yeah. They're getting ready to announce the new ones, man.
Yeah,
They are.
I just because I know they're making profits off them, which I know originally when they sell system they lost money,
Yeah.
but I don't know, another 50 lowers it pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's a possibility. I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm just going off the track record of I'm obviously it was a while ago, but I'm going off what I remember what the PS2 and the Xbox did right before the 360 and the PS3 got announced. Like just that casual every 6 months or so was dropping and dropping and dropping to get as many of them out of the factory as possible before the new one announces. Because as soon as that comes out, it's over.
They've had a lot of problems with that factory over in Korea as well. They have
the hard drives?
No. They have a factory where they make all the systems for everything. They make PS3, Wii, and 360 over there. If you actually play the game called Phone Story, it's about how bad that plant is. Basically, all the Microsoft workers went up there last month, and they were going to commit mass suicide. But
what?
Yeah, that's another story. That's not even the worst thing. In 2008, there was actually a worker who did jump off the roof. I believe she worked in the Nintendo side of the plant, and the game Phone Story, which has been banned from the iPhone App Store, has kind of tells her story and tells you why it's so crummy over there.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I really want to check out Phone Story. I just found out about it a few days ago. It was up on the App Store for like a week or two. I guess someone actually looked at it, and basically at that factory they also make all smartphones for the most part. The reason they have iPhones in there in the game, I believe they reference iPhones as well. So they basically kind of got screwed over there.
Well, here's another interesting thing. I just Googled because I was curious where this plant is. So I Googled Xbox manufacturing plant, and the fourth hit that comes up says mass suicide threat at Foxconn Xbox 360 manufacturing plant.
Yeah, and that's not the first case of it either.
I was just going to say, I just read about that this morning. That now that you brought up the iPhone and iPads, because Apple's actually sending a bunch of people out there because all the complaints that are coming up lately, and they want to make sure that it's up to Apple's regulations, that they're not abusing people or basically that they're not doing slave wages out there and stuff. So
yeah, this story is about 300 Xbox manufacturing workers threatened to jump off the roof
for
not getting severance pay.
Yeah,
and this company Foxconn does Sony, Nintendo, Dell, Nokia, and Apple.
They do basically everything.
Whoa. Severance pay.
Yes.
As in they're stopping production of the current Xbox?
As in they're stopping production of something and laying a bunch of people off? Yeah.
We should save that for the rumor mill.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. What's next?
All right. Got next story here. Insomniac is done with Resistance. Think it's true.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, they came out and said it. This is actually a couple days old, but still, it's a big deal. But the problem with it is they they didn't sell Resistance 3 at all. Like, not what they expected to, because I just think...
That was, like, right after the network was down, correct? That release?
Yeah.
Everything that came out in that period was, like, SOCOM. Oh, that was terrible.
And I don't know if either one of you owned a Move at the time. I did. Tried both of those games. They were awful. They were god-awful with the Move.
That's half the problem. Is I remember only seeing one Resistance 3 commercial, and it was, as funny as Kevin Butler is, it was just him. It was more him pushing the Move than it was actually them pushing Resistance 3. And Sony's notorious for being just atrocious at advertising. They don't push their product at all. And they had so many great first-person games come out last year, and there's just no commercials, no advertisements, nothing in Game Informer. Just, once in a while you see a page advertisement for it, and that was it. And
right.
And that's why it sold like crap. You take Microsoft, they had they just had Forza and they just had Gears, and those two they advertised the hell out of.
Oh yeah,
Gears of War had one of the biggest.
Forza is still being advertised on what was that
GameStop TV.
Last FM. They still have Forza 4 ads.
Oh yeah,
that's what, and those games are selling like crazy because Microsoft, they're better.
Microsoft knows how to push games.
Yeah, and they weren't spread so thin. Sony literally had a first party game coming out almost every month or month and a half throughout the entire course of the year. So I don't know. I just it's sad because I'm actually a Resistance fan and I'm a big Insomniac fan.
I think that's a big series that PS3 is actually losing, though. I mean, every shooter that would come out in a year was you were used to the Uncharted, Killzone, and another Resistance game, and now you're going to be missing that third big series.
Yeah. They might still continue it. They didn't say Resistance is dead, but Insomniac's off it. So I don't know. I'm a big fan of those guys over there, so I don't like to see it happen, but we'll see.
All right, we got next topic. SOPA is rejected, temporarily at least. This doesn't affect the European bill, which is also basically SOPA but worse, which don't remember the acronym for it. But
isn't it FATA or something? Or, I just saw it's like FATA or something weird.
Yeah, but in that one, they've had people in Poland. They had people dying over it, protesting.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that one seems to be a lot worse. I kind of read over it. Just seems to kind of restrict it even more and worse than SOPA was.
Like something should probably be done about all the piracy, and it's a shame because most of the companies that are getting their stuff pirated are American. So, like, Hollywood's losing tons of money to all piracy, like, around the world. It's not even just Americans stealing it.
It was, there was a senator in a video I was watching that was against SOPA, of course. 80%, it was actually on Bill Maher. Bill Maher, one of those guests he had, 80% of the piracy comes from China, actually.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not even Americans stealing from other Americans. It's Hollywood losing money to other countries. So something should be done about the piracy, but the government should have nothing to do with any of it. Government should, in my opinion, should stay out of this. This is the internet. It's not. We're not in danger. We're not like harming. It's something that they should just have no bearing in at all. They should stay out of it. Hollywood should devise a better scheme of something almost like a Netflix. Like, why, if Hollywood wants to, why don't they charge $20 a month and just do away with DVDs and Blu-rays and the players and just stream everything, and then there's nothing to pirate anymore because everybody has easily accessible.
There's nothing to collect either.
That's what I'm saying. There's no Yeah, exactly. Why? There's so many ways around it, but Hollywood's stuck in the 1920s, and they're just upset about what's happening to them. They're not upgrading. They're not moving on with the times. Sorry about the dogs, guys.
I apologize for nothing. My dog is awesome.
Yeah, it's a good dog. Good dog. So, what do you think about it?
About the dog or about pirating? I'm all for pirating.
What about Mega Upload?
Oh my God.
I use Mega Upload a lot, so it was quite a hit for having to look for things more intensely now.
Yeah.
Was it BT Junkie?
Yeah, BitJunkie?
Yeah. They just went under.
Yeah.
They did. A lot of them are going under.
And Pirate Bay.
Mediafire is like scrambling to get rid of stuff so they don't go this way of Mega Upload at this point.
Pirate Bay, the self-proclaimed most resilient pirating site on the web.
They did.
No, they're having something where they're getting away. I didn't even fully understand it. I read the article actually this morning. They're like organizing their torrents in a different way just to like keep skimming by.
Well,
And
you know the new thing. I don't know if any of you goes. What is it called? It's like YouTube, but you can watch it in a group setting, and it gives you like a chat room. I believe it's
That's neat.
like Skype.
UShare. It's like UShare
Oh,
or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you can watch a video in a group together. But the way they get away with all of their piracy is they flip the image. Is seriously, you download like when the people were uploading, they get the file. They actually just rotate it 180 degrees, so the text will be backwards. You really don't even notice on the screen, but they get away with it because all the filters that are trying to find it they can't like find the backwards files for some reason. So they are allowed to have like all those uploaded because they're not being found.
And I'm sure there's going to be some program that's going to be developed that you can download for yourself that'll reflip it back. Once it's on your
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The pirates will always find a way. It's just Hollywood. That's why I think it's the way they distribute it.
Pirate
It's
Bay
a
has been
broken
brought
system.
down like I've lost count on how many
Yeah,
times
it's
Pirate Bay has been
ridiculous.
locked down. It's up like a week or two later because they have just so many supporters
And
who will pay for another site.
Yeah, and 10 you close one down and 10 more open. It's not going to stop. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. All right.
I'd like to mention right now I'm really bad at taking show notes because the last thing I did was Steam.
Huh.
It's just
Lost count where that was at.
10 minutes ago, something like that.
yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Next big story that came up: Microsoft doing away with Microsoft points.
Ooh, I like this one.
You think they're going to be going to the system of like PSN, where it's like the wallet, or even Steam has the wallet as well?
I don't see a point in changing it at this stage in the game. Everybody's used to it. I know it was initially brought on, so you don't. It's that whole like advertising like thought process where you're not actually spending physical money. You're like, oh, this only costs 800 points or whatever. But everybody's so used to it at this point where they know the conversion rate. You just see 1,600 points and you know $20. Like it's not fooling anyone anymore.
And for those who don't know the conversion rate, it's 80 points per dollar.
Yes. But it's like I remember so many people bitching about it when it like initially started, and just everybody just got so used to it at
Dog's
this point.
sniffing my butt.
And and they're finally deciding to make it back to normal currency. I know why they're doing it. It's because they're trying to blend everything like Apple is.
I like the points, but I've had 41 points on my Xbox for like a year and a half. I just can't get rid of 41 points.
It's the hot dog bun thing. The problem is they make you buy more points than you need.
Yeah.
Right.
And it'll never line up properly. I've had that 10 or 20 extra points that I can never get rid of either.
And I don't know about you guys, but I buy Vienna beef hot dogs, so there's 8 hot dogs and 8 buns.
This brings up another good topic. Me and Tony over here are actually we were both hacked our accounts, and they used up all of our Microsoft points.
Yes.
I lost about $50. I had about 4,000 points in my account at the time. How many did you lose?
It was just shy of $40 worth of points.
So I mean, that was I got caught up in the FIFA 2011.
Probably
They
what
bought
happened to me too.
point cards. You can actually check it up on the billing.microsoft.com or something like that.
Yeah.
You can see what gets bought. But did that and said when I originally called, telling them what was up. Basically, they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll have it back in 28 days." This was in November. I didn't get my points back until about January 10th or so, just where I missed all of the holiday sales and wasn't able to buy anything.
Bitches.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you were one of the first people, like when it initially started and they started figuring it out about
Yeah,
it.
because we were on the party with you when you told us, and then we saw it on the news later that day.
And it happened to me way more recently, like 2 weeks ago, and I know it took them forever for you to get everything squared away. They were actually much quicker with me because they've acknowledged the problem now, and they're just slamming through them. It took them 7 or 8 days because I know when I asked you, I got scared. You're like, dude,
it took so long.
It took like over a month. I was like, no, but they actually got it all squared away within 7 or 8 days, and they actually compensated me. They gave me a free month.
Yeah, they gave me a free month as well.
And they actually gave me more points than I got stolen. Because I think I got 3130.
I didn't get that much back.
Yeah, 3,130.
They gave me exactly
points
what
got
I
stolen.
asked for.
Yeah, and they asked me, and I was honest. I told them exactly what got taken from me, and they actually gave me enough points cards for 34. So I actually made out ahead. I got like 300 extra points.
They gave me like a point card with was worth like when you redeem it, it's like this is redeemable for 4,330 points. Like,
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
So they gave me 300 extra points, plus they gave me. Oh, they actually screwed up because they gave me 2 free months of Xbox Live. Not because it matters, so I buy them a year at a time, but
they're all sale now.
Because they sent me one to say they were investigating it, and they gave me a month right then and there. And they're like, sorry for the inconvenience, here's a month. Then when they gave me my points, they gave me another month. So I actually have 2 months.
Nice.
They should have given me 2 months because it took them over a month. You got lucky with your 7 days.
Mine was only down with 7-8 days. It was actually only down a day, but I couldn't do anything with the points for 7 or 8. So, like you said, I could have added more points, but why? I knew I had $40 worth of points coming my way. So, I don't know. I wouldn't want to add to that. And now, thank God I buy points cards because I keep my credit cards off PSN and Xbox. I don't trust anyone anymore.
Lucky for me, I when I did have a PS3, I had it when the system was down, and I had done the point cards, so I didn't have to worry about getting new credit cards. Like a lot of my friends, I get new credit cards for that, which was quite annoying for them, and have to monitor your account for like a month or 2.
Plus Xbox auto recharge. That's when I gave them a fake, or I gave them a credit card that I had.
Yeah, don't give them a fake credit card. Don't say that.
No, I gave them one that I lost, so it was valid at the time, and I canceled it a week later. So they have no access to anything.
Yeah,
because I know that guy when he got into my account, he could have technically went and charged a bunch of crap on my credit card.
Yeah, lucky for me too. No one did that as well because they could have done it on my 360. I'm not so smart about that, I suppose.
Yeah,
because the auto renewal.
Mine, it doesn't have it. It's not a valid credit card anymore. So whatever.
Yeah. All right, next topic we got. Nintendo says they are shooting for a holiday release for its Wii U for all regions. You think they'll follow through?
I hope so. I'm really, because it sucks that. Thank God we're here in the States and at least Microsoft is here. But I really hate. I can't imagine how Europe feels. But you got Nintendo and Sony out there, and Japan gets both of those companies' stuff first.
Months ahead of us.
You know what I mean? It's always been like that, and I'm just tired of it. And it's cool that we get Microsoft's stuff first. Like I said, it's kind of blow to be in Europe, huh? You just gotta wait for everybody for everything.
Oh yeah,
for the most part.
So, I don't know. What do you think?
I still hold to saying I want Samsung to develop a console.
I want Sega to come back.
Oh man,
I miss.
Now
Sega.
we're gonna get back into what we want.
No. I say Samsung because I have a Samsung phone. I have a Samsung laptop. Samsung is always late to the party, but they put out awesome equipment.
Yeah.
I do have a bunch of Samsung stuff as well, and I do trust them with basically everything at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of them as well. I'm also a big Sony fan outside of the video game realm. I like their stuff.
Yep.
I have their TV. I have a Blu-ray player from them. I got their surround sound.
You have a Blu-ray player because you have a PS3.
No, I have a
But
Blu-ray
he bought a
player
second one because
before
he
I had-
forgot.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Whatever. I like Sony. I like Samsung a lot, too. So.
All right, we got last and top story for this week is the Vita is being outsold by the 3DS, PS3, and original PSP in Japan. Think it's that popular?
Outsold by what? The original
PSP is outselling. Okay, the reason it is, this doesn't worry me too much because the games that are launching are for American fans. They really are. They don't care about Uncharted and stuff out there. They care about Monster Hunter and games like that. It's just a totally different genres that they go after. There's no big Japanese RPG or anything yet. There's no Final Fantasy. There's no system seller out there. And Monster Hunter got put out on the 3DS.
You know what? For as long as that game's been out, I've never played it. I have
Which
never.
Monster Hunter?
Never.
Yeah,
seen,
me neither either. Because I had a PSP for it. I was like, it just kept coming out, but I'd never picked one up.
I have actually, honestly, never seen gameplay footage.
It's not a big deal. It
looks like a Turok, but you lay a lot more traps. To me,
that sounds stupid.
Well, they
the only dinosaur killing I've done in my days.
Turok.
Love
Turok. Turok for 64.
Yeah, not the new one. That one was atrocious.
No. Yeah, no, Turok 64 is where it's at.
New one is still 5 years old, but whatever, the newer one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just it's bad. I think it's going to sell a lot better when it comes over here. In a week? But
tomorrow.
Yeah, the
pre-launch is tomorrow.
Yeah.
First, and then launch. You have the next week, which is
next week when I will be getting mine.
Yeah. And if I'm getting one, that'd be the week I'm getting it as well.
You guys are just doing the Wi-Fi models, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, mainly because AT&T is the provider, which
sucks.
Steered me away.
Why?
Sprint's where it's at.
Well,
it's not even bad. I don't care about that. It's just AT&T bothers me.
Mm-hmm. So I already have an AT&T, so that wouldn't have bothered me so much. But it would have been like an extra 10 to 20 a month,
because
or whatever it was.
that's what kind of douchebags there are at AT&T.
Yeah.
Did you hear when they initially announced that at E3 that the Vita was coming out, when they officially announced it and came out with it, and they told the fan or the crowd that they signed an exclusive deal with AT&T, the uproar of laughter at Sony was...
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember it.
I
The
saw
whole
that
crowd,
on the
laughed at
E3
them.
footage.
Yeah, because they were so happy, because I guess they don't know how much hatred is toward that company in this country. Japan has no idea.
No.
But they came
not
over here
even a
thinking
little.
we struck gold with the biggest company in the States, and they just got laughed off.
The only
stage with
reason
it.
they're that big is because they had the iPhone before anyone else.
And it's the exact same thing what they're doing with the Vita. They go after and get the exclusive contracts with all the newest, hottest stuff. So people, if you want the newest tech, you have to always go with them.
Right.
So
Well, that's exactly what it is. iPhone before anyone else.
yeah, that
But
gave
now-
them such a big foothold.
But now Verizon has the iPhone.
Sprint's got it. I don't know.
Sprint's got it.
Yeah.
Still, sells half the amount of phones in a year as an iPhone.
Yeah. I don't understand how iPhones sell better than Androids.
I just don't. I think people just Apple's such a household name at this point. Android it's new on the scene. It is better, but people haven't tried it out yet. And seriously, I came from Windows. I was always a Windows phone user. Went over to Android, and I'm probably never ever going to go back after just the first few days of using it. I already knew that it was just better. I had an iTouch before that, so I already knew what was going to work for me.
Apple's just a little more. It's a lot easier. I know my dad; he's off the boat. I'm first gen here, and Android might be a little bit more difficult for him. He's not very tech savvy. I know he's got an iPhone. He picked it up and he figured it out right away, because it's just like pictures. It's you want to call somebody, push this portion of the colored square, and
yeah.
it's a little bit more dummy proof. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You can set it up on an Android, but then you gotta set it up.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. For us, we're a little more tech savvy. Yeah, we go to Android. You can get almost anything for free. It's just so customizable. It's we were talking about Pirate Bay 4.
You're gonna
anyway,
screw a cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were talking about Pirate Bay.
That's I gotta find phone story somewhere just so I can talk about it for next week. Just because we had talked about it today.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think it'll work out well though. I think Android's gonna come out superior eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But people just blindly buy into it. It's the same thing as a lot of stuff. Brands just get their name out there and people just buy stuff blindly. That's a big problem with Apple. People don't know. They just walk in. They're like, yeah, the iPhone. That's what everybody has, right? And they just buy it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it goes back into the dummy proof thing. It's it's for people who aren't they don't want to do as much with the phone as an Android. Yeah. All right. Well, I think this wraps up my top 10 news stories for this week. We will be coming back in a little bit for a fireside chat with Joe's Beard.
Love it. Love it.
Oh yeah, by the way, to add on from my earlier segment about the Kickstarter program, I totally didn't mention to say that it's from Double Fine Studios. Double Fine are most known for Psychonauts, and they have the Trench game, which they just changed. They had to change the name to Iron Brigade, and of course they also did Stacking, which was last year's summer arcade.
I like Stacking. I have not finished it.
I didn't finish it either.
But it was cool.
I'm actually nowhere near it.
You know why you didn't finish it?
I'm still in the train
forgot
station.
it's in your game library. Bam! Full circle, baby.
Yep. That's actually probably why I haven't finished it.
Yeah. You forget it's there.
Also, it's on my PS3, so.
Oh, the PS3 is actually a little.
Nope. Yeah, it is.
No, for seeing your games, you just go into the game file and scroll.
Yeah,
up and down.
it's right
there.
It's totally a lot better.
Yeah,
but still, don't turn on my PS3
as much. Yeah.
Except apparently to play Soul Calibur 5.
Soul Calibur 5. Oh.
Soul Calibur 5 and Uncharted.
How's Ezio in that?
I
heard he's like
really like
I heard
him.
he's like really like a brute, like
he's
powerful.
a little slow, but once you get used to him, he is like a fucking tank
Yeah,
with a jet fucking engine.
yeah. I heard he's ridiculous.
He is ridiculously overpowered and broken.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah. We should
Patches will fix that.
we should play
We'll check it out right after this.
after-
I'm actually curious. I want to see what that's like.
after we're done with this.
So,
But no, I've seen people play with him. He's fast.
I like it.
You just have to time everything really well. All right. What are we doing?
Your segment,
beard.
sir.
My
Your
segment.
Fireside chat with yours beard.
Fireside chat.
For those of you who can't see him, he's got a glorious man beard.
When we make the Twitter or Facebook page, we have to have
Just a picture of
nice
your beard.
close-up of your
don't
beard.
you worry.
We should cut out like the rest of his face though, just the beard.
just the beard.
Pretty easy.
I could get one of the Ghost Recon bandanas too. So,
Just Joe's beard.
and then you won't
we
even
should
know
give
the
a
beard is
Facebook
there.
page. Just Joe's beard.
What makes you think it's not already there? Come on, me and my ego.
Oh yeah.
All right. So mid-show, we have come up with a name for the podcast and an email address, which means this segment's actually useful now.
It is.
It is. All right. So you guys can all start emailing us at what's the email?
Forward compatible
Forward compatible
podcast.
podcast. Yeah, one word.
At
All
Gmail.
one word.
Took us that long to come up with the email. Actually, the name wasn't even the trouble. It was actually coming up with the email address.
Yeah, it's all taken.
Yep. Everything is taken because everyone's.
PayPal just gave me $51.15. Oh yeah, checking my
Yeah,
email
yeah.
right
I
now.
did not post this, Mark. Stay off my Facebook account.
That's what happens when you leave your Facebook profile open.
Yeah, we're gonna stop doing.
Hey, at least it wasn't terrible.
This is true. All right,
on,
so everyone
your
start
homepage
sending us
to meetspin.com
emails
again.
so we can actually
Well,
talk
yeah, this
to our
will,
listeners.
We'll be doing all the social media in this section. Facebook's, the Twitters, the emails. We'll get that all set up. We do have the email though. Sending questions, requests. What do you guys think of the show?
And
Let us know how we're doing.
I guess we could start a newsletter.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, this will be where when we do all that.
Yeah.
And my favorite part of any video game stuff,
Uh-oh.
the rumors.
Oh, I like rumors.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about your face.
Face.
It's a rumor.
Hope it's a good one.
We're not sure if it exists yet.
Rock on.
All right, so like I really have nothing to talk about for this fireside chat
We could do the rumors.
because I have no emails.
Oh well, luckily.
Uh-oh. No.
Since you can't see what's happening,
My
Tony
mouse
just turned
doesn't
his
work on that computer. See,
Tony just turned his computer on, and Joe's
Yeah,
starting to
it's-
use his old mouse still.
It's just he's trying to use the mouse from his computer on my laptop,
He's
which I
complaining
just
it's
turned
not
in
working.
his general direction. He's upset it's not working. He's still doing it, ladies and gentlemen.
Show's
Mike's
over.
actually picking
That's
this up.
it. He can't do
all right,
anything.
no, I'm done. Peace out. I'm going home. Fuck. Already here.
Already there.
All right. Well, I got all that. I don't need.
Oh, I thought that's
that.
what you were wondering.
No. I was talking about emails from
Ah, yes.
listeners.
Yes.
I was going to say viewers, but they're not viewing; they're listening. Actually, for rumors, I want to start out with this. I found this earlier. It's probably actually Tony in your notes somewhere. It is the Xbox graphics card. We all know there's a new Xbox coming out, and all know there's a new PlayStation coming out eventually. Some have more rumors than the other because Xbox is better and there's more rumors. The biggest concern I have is actually they upped this because it was supposed to be a 60 something.
I heard a 6670.
Yeah, 6670 is right there. But I was looking today actually from Fudzilla, and there's a 7000 series GPU, also ATI still. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're doing ATI this system.
well, yeah,
I didn't see anything to.
ATI is killing the video card market because they just got bought out by AMD.
And I heard that as well, that they're working with AMD.
Yeah.
So this might all.
So they upped the video card though.
Well, the news I read this morning was it's going to be a 7000 series, which is supposedly supposed to be a 32 nm chip. Which that's fucking tiny.
Yeah, that's very tiny.
That's tiny.
What was the new 360? What size is it right now? It's like a
512 megabyte, like just nothing.
Well, that's
They're still like.
well. We have internet. Let's
Yeah, we have 3
Xbox.
laptops. We're guessing
360.
This is what they have Google for, people.
Specs. Google. Enter. Go.
Because I know in the one of the original articles I saw from like a few months ago, it was supposed to be about be at least 6 times as powerful, but they were aiming for 8 times as powerful as the 360.
Yeah, that same article, I remember them saying that it was supposed to be 20% more powerful than the upcoming Wii U, which...
It seems not enough.
That seems like an atrocious rumor because, yeah, first of all, that's not enough. It's not.
Yeah, I would not accept that. Because
they said the Wii U's just going to catch up to it's going to be a little bit more powerful than the PS3 and Xbox.
Yeah.
So it's a full generation behind. I don't want just 20% more power than what we have.
I hope that was just because it's so far off. They were just like, well, it'll be at least 20%.
Yeah, and who has the Wii U in their hands that they already know?
Yeah, and then can compare it to
That's crazy.
Well, that's just lies from Nintendo.
Just lies.
Lies Nintendo
Just lies
told
from
me.
Nintendo.
Oh, those
All right.
sneaky Nintendo
Here,
folk.
we have this graphics processing unit on the current Xbox. Is a 90 nm chip, so it's going to be a third the size, which means it's going to produce 3 times as much heat, which means we're going to need a 3 times bigger fan, or 3 fans.
I hope it's not loud. Those
Stacked on
first
top of
gen
each other.
360s
oh my God.
were...
They were loud.
Hopefully we don't need 3 times as many red rings.
And then we have to worry about the slim line that'll definitely come out a few years after that. The one that's going to come out probably
more energy
2013.
efficient and doesn't overheat. And,
Yeah.
Fix all the problems.
I'll just wait till that one comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wait 2 more years.
My 360 will be hacked by then, and
they'll just take it all down.
And
By
I'm
Microsoft themselves,
sure by
get you to
then
buy the new one.
we'll have 5 terabyte hard drives I could throw in there. And, yeah, that'd be great.
They boot the PS3, PS4, Xbox. I don't know. Microsoft has that tendency to.
I almost wouldn't accept anything less than probably at least 200 gigs in the new system.
It's got to be a terabyte, in my opinion. It has to be.
Well,
I don't
if they're
think it needs to
going
be
all
that.
digital,
That's true.
I think this is the conversion stage. Like, I think we're like a series or two, like a generation or two away from the final. I don't know if you guys know what a Roku box is.
yes.
No,
It's basically like just this little box that plugs into the internet and streams everything. It'll stream Netflix, it'll stream Hulu, it'll stream MLB.com or NHL games from Game Center, whatever you want. And that's how I picture in a couple generations. It's almost like the OnLive box, where there's no hardware to upgrade. It's a controller and a box that plugs in the internet, and the graphics and everything's limited by what you're able to stream.
Yeah, you need a wicked awesome bandwidth for that.
It's still too far away because
Comcast limits you every month.
In Middle America, they don't have the bandwidth.
Comcast users will not be participating.
Well, that's why I think it's still a few generations.
See y'all
off.
guys next generation.
Yeah. But
Either
for the next
that-
one, I think it's a switching point. I think there's going to be a lot more coming from the marketplaces, and even maybe I think it'd be like cooler if they want to do full games. They could do them on launch day for like $10 cheaper to give some kind of incentive to buy a full big AAA title right away. Just download it off the internet.
Oh yeah, they would save
Speaking
them for the
of
boxing and shipping. That's at least
full
$10.
games.
Probably, and
The Vita.
the $1 or $2 that Best Buy and GameStop make off new games or whatever the hell it is.
The Vita is going to have cheaper games if you download them.
Yeah,
That's why I think the new system's going to do it. But it's got to be enough to not not merit a physical copy, because you can't sell it. Like, it's got to be a game you're going to want forever.
Right.
You can't trade it in.
Absolutely.
that's what
if
sucks
it's-
about Steam. If you do buy something crummy, it's on your list forever to remind you that you bought something crummy.
Yeah.
Or if you download it for free. Brink.
Thank you, Bethesda, for that.
Oh, what an awful game. Thank God Bethesda didn't have anything to do with production of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting too big. They don't monitor everything.
Yeah.
Unless they're making a game.
Unless it's Minecraft.
You need money to put out a game?
Aren't there testers? Like, some of the crap that I see come, like a Brink, too, it's just like, Jesus. Like, did nobody step up and be like, dude, nobody's going to want this game?
Yeah, well.
Who thought that was good?
Whoa, not nobody. There was Tyler.
Well, the story actually won some awards in I can't remember what game show, but the story won some awards. The gameplay, of course, was not even on the list.
No, I liked the artwork. I liked the story.
Oh yeah, they had a very nice.
The game was executed poorly.
Yeah, like the only thing that I merited out of that game was really unique level design. I mean, you could find so many different paths. I haven't seen that in many games lately. That
everything's so linear.
Yeah, it was so linear. I mean, it's still a linear level, but you still had so many ways to get to that courtyard in front of you or whatever.
Yeah.
Which was really nice, but yeah, especially with the first day, basically all you do is rubber band on multiplayer. It was unplayable, basically.
It was so broken.
It was so broken. I was like, all right, they cannot handle this right now.
But that's what I'm saying. I'd like to think that our video games are made by fellow gamers who enjoy games and play games and know what's... And just, like, nobody steps up and be like, this isn't going to work? I don't know. We don't make games...
Once you're in so many deadlines, though, it can. Like, I have a deadline to meet for GDC later this month, and our game is... very much basically unplayable at this point. We still need art for it, but once you get into the whole development phase, you got to be cranking it out, and I think you lose a lot from that just by trying to make a release date.
Oh well, yeah. The big publishers promise a release date. You got to pump them out. You got to get your initial.
No,
it costs a lot of money.
No, release dates don't mean anything anymore.
No, I know. Stuff gets pushed back constantly.
Look at StarCraft 2. How long has that been in production for? Like 22 years?
You got Diablo just got delayed again this week, too.
I saw that. I was super pissed.
It's got Activision back in it. They can delay it as long as they want. These smaller studios, they got to get their money back.
That's true.
Yeah, they don't have
They're
as
paying
much
these
time.
people every week. All the equipment needed. It's crazy.
Software costs are ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have to use like half of them, and if they don't have demos out, there's no way I'm paying $6,000 for a program. Sometimes more.
That's without the dev kits.
Yeah, and then dev kits are expensive too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How much does that dev kit run these days?
It's actually really cheap for the Vita. Going back to that, because they wanted. They almost want to copy like what the App Store did. They want these smaller games that you can buy off the PlayStation Network for $2 and $3 and $4. I don't know if it's still going to happen, but it's just what they were thinking of. So they made the dev kits a lot more accessible to the smaller developers out there. Sorry, that was just running back to the Vita, but yeah.
Actually, a new story from David Jaffe just gone up. He is actually going to go to Kickstart funding for his new projects. I guess maybe Tim Schafer and his Double Fine Studios kind of helped him out with that. This actually just got posted. So, there you go.
Yeah.
Kickstart can help out more Twisted Metal, maybe.
Actually...
I'm actually pretty stoked about that.
What, Twisted Metal?
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
I'm
a big fan of that series.
Not going to buy it right away.
No?
No.
So you're not going to buy it in the next... What time is it? You're not going to buy it in the next 12 hours? Or
I got it from midnight, and I'm not even going to make it.
Yeah.
6.
Not till tomorrow.
Well, it's almost 5 o'clock.
So,
yeah, I don't remember. We're bad
7
at
hours.
math.
7 hours.
Yeah.
Right? 7?
I passed my math classes. I'm done with them. I don't need to learn anymore.
This was years ago. We got calculators now.
7 hours and 16 minutes
to know,
and Twisted Metal comes out.
GameStop even made it dummy proof. I can just look. I don't have to do the 10% off on anything anymore. I just gotta look at the label now.
All right, Tony. I'm reading your notes from.
One of the big ones I want to... What do you guys think about the Chivos? And for that matter, with the PS4, the trophies, you guys think they're going to carry over?
Oh, they better.
They better fucking carry over my achievements.
I mean, they already have the cross-compatibility with the 360 and PC games that carry over, but if they don't do it for the next-gen system, they're going to have a lot of pissed-off people.
Yeah, but you can think about it as just like a fresh start, too, because there's so many...
True.
There's so many, like... farmers and trolls out there.
That's
It's just
true.
like, and even I know on the PS3 you can literally download save files off the internet, pop your game in, upload that file off a USB, and just like ping all the trophies.
Really?
Look at this guy now. He's just grinning.
It's like,
No, see, now I just want like my trophies to go
how
surpass
far,
everyone.
Yeah, but how does that? Where's the like? It's such a stupid thing anyway, and I get addicted to them. I like getting some.
I love.
No. My
you know what I mean?
Xbox, I work for my achievements.
Where's the pride in that? You know what I mean?
PS3, I don't give a shit about.
Yeah.
Which
I'm actually
which is
starting to care about my trophies because my gamer score's high enough where.
No, it's never high enough.
It's never high enough. But,
You,
my PlayStation one's embarrassing because I only play exclusives on it, and I'm trying to up my trophies now.
You go look at Mikey's gamer score and then tell me that yours is good
He's
enough.
at like 98.
Yeah, but he's like in the top 1% in the world.
So?
I feel him in the top 85%.
I don't even think he's in the top 1%. I mean, you got that guy who just hit 1 million not too well.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's like a super rarity.
he's not even at 100,000 yet. He's at 98K, correct?
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's in the
Like I'm at almost 70 right now.
I read the gamer score, or I read this thing on the gamer score median a couple months ago, and it's like 12K.
And then you're what?
Well, wow.
Me, I'm like 30.
Wait, what do you mean 12K?
12,000 is like the median.
For
in the
everyone
world,
that,
in the
then
world.
I'm at like 70, so it's
You're up there too. You're one of like
yeah, it's like 5 or 6 times above that. So,
But for the first 3 years I had an Xbox, I didn't really give a shit.
So that's when I did. Lately is when I've been kind of.
I don't care anymore either. I kind of went on this like rampage where I got.
Oh yeah, I was
all
just
my-
like I had to be way above, and then I think there's only probably like 2 or 3 people beating me on my like 100 friend list. That, and then the rest are just like half my
Well, you got-
score.
you
at
like
least.
half the people on my
half my
friends
buddy-
list are beating me.
Yeah, half my buddies, they're just Call of Dutyers and my editors, so they're not gonna, and they don't even.
I have a
there's
lot of
no-
people who just play 1 or 2 games a year on my
That's
list.
what I'm saying. There's not even in multiplayer modes on some of these games like Call of Duty and even Battlefield. There's not very many achievements to unlock, and if they just sit there and pour hundreds and hundreds of hours into prestiging on these things over and over.
Yeah, you're not.
I got buddies. They're good gamers, but they got like
just
3,000-4,000 gamer score. That's it.
Yeah, and it just depends on how much you actually want to pay a year. I don't know because we worked in game
we get
retail. We were always wanting something every month almost.
You do buy a lot more video games when you work at those places.
Yeah, I mean, you just want
those
to,
signs.
You
and just
also
the
buy a
release
lot more
dates
hats
and-
when you work in a hat store.
Yeah.
Because I've bought
It's
2
true,
hats
it's
in
true.
like the last
Joe works at a
2
hat
weeks.
store now,
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
why.
The average gamer score is 11,286.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that. That's Google, ladies
Internet.
and gentlemen. That's Google. I told you it was, what did I say, 13K? So I was a little...
12K, something like
12K,
that.
yeah.
Oh, I was right there then.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's there.
Just made me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, see?
Sadder.
Well,
But that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
I honest to God, I mean, if that's the median, Mikey's got to be in the top.
Yeah, he's got to
That's
be
what I'm
probably
saying.
at least top 5%.
That's what, I think you're in probably the top. I think I'm in the top probably 80%.
Yeah, I'd probably say I'm probably in the top like 25 or something. Because I don't know how many people are just like up there.
Well, you got those few people that's all they do, but I mean,
Oh, yeah,
there's
you have the
such,
people who ship
there's
them
such a
in from
minority.
different countries.
You got 35 million-ish Xbox Live current users. Out of the 35 million, I can name probably 3 or 4 people that are getting close to that million mark.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
It's a fraction of I don't know.
Well, I know in Windows 8, in beta, I know you can still have a way of like linking your game
Windows
tag
8,
over.
that looks stupid.
Haven't really looked into it yet. I've just read a few things.
It looks like the new Xbox dashboard.
That's what,
Speaking
like,
of the
oh,
Xbox dashboard, let's come talk about that.
All right.
Because that looks fucking stupid. I hate it.
I don't like how they force the Kinect integration onto you. I don't care. I'm old school. I like a controller. I get that this stuff all has its place in the world, and I get that Microsoft already sold the consoles to us, the core gamers, and they can't sell us another Xbox, so they have to find something that makes it more appealing to non-core gamers. I get what they did. I just don't care, and I don't like it shoveled in my face all the time. Like on Forza, better with Kinect. No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
No, actually,
No,
it's worse with Kinect.
You laugh a lot more because you suck at it. Because I played it on Joe's TV right where I'm sitting right now. First 5 seconds of the race, I was doing donuts. Unintentionally.
You drove right into the
Right on the
wall.
wall. And then it was picking up the
great.
dog as I was walking by and went into the wall a few more times.
No, but then subtract the just driving with the Kinect using your hands like a steering wheel.
I like. You can't see him
head
right now, but
tracking?
he's literally got his hands and he's steering.
He's
an
got a
imaginary-
wheel.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just wanted to let everybody know.
No, the driving with controller, the head tracking. I lean back and forth while I play games because I get sick of leaning to the left or sick of leaning to the right. I move. The Kinect follows me.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking out the left window, and I'm like, I can't fucking see where I'm going, Xbox. What's wrong with you? Mm-hmm. And then the Xbox menu pops up because I said Xbox. The Kinect is absolutely awful with Forza.
Because I borrowed one off my former boss to see what the Kinect was like. I borrowed it for one night.
You're welcome to borrow mine.
Yeah, because you don't use it because it's atrocious. But
I would say I would let you borrow Gunstringer.
It turned me off because I was curious when I saw the most recent E3 demo of it, where they were controlling Netflix with it. I literally wanted it just for that, so I didn't even.
That's actually really fucking cool.
No, it's not, because it doesn't work with the lights off. And who the fuck watches
Netflix
the voice
with control?
It doesn't work.
The voice control.
You can't.
You don't need lights for voice control.
That's so dumb. It does nothing. It's just tacked onto everything. It's just like spoon fed. And it's the same thing with the Move, like Killzone and. We were talking about Resistance. They just patch it onto everything. SOCOM 4, it's not good. Mm. It's not good.
My problem with the new dashboard is just more menus. I really liked it before, but to find anything that I really want, I have to do a few more clicks than I had to.
We were talking about earlier with going into your actual game library.
Yeah.
It's like 17 or 18 like
that, and for some reason when you do the quick library, sometimes it takes like up to like 15, 20 seconds to load.
Netflix is slower now too. When you're actually on the Netflix, everything takes longer to
I don't know why that is. If it is just they haven't got all the bugs on the new update.
You know what it is? Just when you click on something, they have someone on the other end saying, "Play this."
Putting in the DVD.
No. Now they need voice control. When you could just do it yourself.
I can't understand his accent.
Hello, my name is Steven. It's like, no, it's not, dude. No, it's not. I don't know. I don't like with Netflix too. They kind of screwed it up. The one thing is cool is when you're watching like a TV series, how you can immediately just hit next episode.
Yeah, I do like that.
I like that, but everything else,
it cuts out the credit screen too.
Yeah, because it pops up as soon as the credits come up. It's just like you just hit A again, and the next episode plays, which is great.
Saves you another minute or two.
But I like the way it looked before. Like, this last one.
I like when you first launch it, I definitely liked how it was before. But I would like the
old interface back.
But I do like to be able to see, like, when you hit, like, the more episodes. I like how it comes up like that, kind of shows you the brief description, everything like that. I like that part of it, but I don't like the general main screen.
Yeah.
I miss the original dashboard.
I like the most recent one.
I like the most recent one. That was my favorite. And then half the additions for the new one, basically.
And I don't know if you guys noticed. I don't know if this is common knowledge or if maybe you guys didn't know, but for me, I just found this out by accident. If you double click on, or just hit down on the right stick twice, it'll actually bring up suggestions of what you're watching, similar shows, without actually going back into the menu.
I did not know that.
I found that out by accident. You double,
like R3
on the right stick, just right here. Just
R3.
Double click.
No, like go like that twice. First, it'll bring up the menu of next episode or different episodes or previous episodes or whatever.
The second
and if you hit it twice,
that's weird.
It only brings up like 3 or 4 or 5, but it's still cool. It's something else that they implemented that I actually like.
That's neat.
So
that's pretty cool.
All right.
There's the Blu-ray support on the upcoming Xbox. You guys think that's something that'll
Blu-ray?
They need to do it.
That's gonna be a lot of royalties that Microsoft's gonna be paying.
I don't think they'll do it.
Well,
it's gonna cost them
they already
a lot of
flopped
money
with the HD though.
I don't think they're gonna try to create a new media. They might go like what is that new like Black Disc or something?
There's already new media out there that just hasn't come into production.
I don't think they're gonna swallow their pride and say that Sony was right.
Yeah, right. Well, like,
I
would much rather have them do a Blu-ray, just for the fact that I know the disc is already ridiculously strong and everything like that, than having to probably do a new disc that I don't know about yet. But from the rumors, it sounded like Blu-ray to me.
Oh, that's what a lot of people are saying is Blu-ray. I don't see them doing it. I don't. I think some kind of way that they can just get a bigger capacity will be fine, because people are used to a little off subject. You guys remember when 2 discs used to be a good thing? Like when the original PlayStation was out and stuff, you're like, well, this game's got to be cool. It has 2. Now it's such
just
a
kind
hassle.
of annoying. Like Final Fantasy was like 4 discs or 3 discs, and L.A. Arno was 3.
LA was 3.
I remember Gran Turismo 2. That was the first multi.
Lost
Forza's
Odyssey
been
was
coming on
4.
2 for a while. One's an
Well,
install
Forza's
disc, which is
one
nice.
content install.
Yeah,
and
I
one
know.
play
That's
disc.
yeah. I don't mind that. I don't mind setting it up, and then I only have to use 1 disc.
Yeah, but now it's getting overkill. They're all coming on 2 discs. LA Noire was
because they
3 discs.
maxed out.
It's like
They maxed out like the whole.
a DVD can only hold 8, 9 gigs.
Yeah, I mean, I think they.
You know what I
really
was
played
actually
the
kind of
environment
upset
that.
about was the Red Dead Game of the Year came on 2 discs. No joke.
There's a lot of. It's a big because I bought all the stuff like I have the original Red Dead, and then I bought all the DLC. That's one of my biggest files. It's
I understand that they have to have like a whole shit ton of new textures and all that type of shit, but I would have preferred a download code.
that kind
could've
of
done
defeats
that.
the purpose of.
No,
Game of the Year.
no.
Yes.
Well, no. Like a Game of the Year download code, so it'll just download everything from Game of the Year edition, and then I only need the 1 disc.
I think they try to keep away from that because there are a lot of 4 gig owners out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then there's also a lot of people, like probably everyone in this room, who borrowed the Borderlands disc from GameStop to install all the DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
But I honestly would have
sorry,
preferred.
2K games.
We love you, Gearbox.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Ready
buy
pitch for
Borderlands
Silver
2.
Hero.
Yeah, we all have it pre-ordered.
Everyone here has it pre-ordered, so. Oh, I just jumped into Borderlands way too late to buy everything separate.
Yeah, me too, actually. I bought it before all the DLC, got rid of it before the first DLC came out, got it after all the DLC came out, and yeah, I wasn't going to buy 4 1,200, 800 point
Yeah,
packs.
yeah.
They were $800 a piece.
Yeah.
$40 worth of DLC,
Yeah,
and then you had to buy the $20 game.
yeah. That's why I waited for Steam and got it for, I think, $7.50, which is
Yeah, I got that too.
best thing.
Best Steam sale ever.
1080p full HD supports.
Oh yeah.
That should be 100%. I don't see how it wouldn't be.
No, that's happening.
I mean, right now they claim it is, but it is HD. It's more than 480 or whatever a standard definition is.
Right.
But it's not running at full strength because if it is, the frame rates wouldn't be able to come up, and it result in tearing and just atrocious textures. But I just don't see any way around it. That's got to be a true rumor, I guess.
What else we got?
Their DirectX 11s,
Oh, yeah, that would be
That's
obvious. Yeah.
done.
3D support.
Yeah, they'll
Which-
definitely have some more. Well,
There's-
they have 3D now, just
Yeah,
not as
it's
many.
just
But yeah,
not
just
popular.
yeah. I don't know.
too
I'm not really into the 3D.
I don't want it.
I don't want it. That's the thing.
I
Like,
will say this: Uncharted looked amazing in 3D,
Yeah,
but
Uncharted's cool.
Like I did Black
It's
Ops
the
in
reason
3D
I have
at a
a
friend's house because
PS3.
he's like the only person I know who has a 3D TV because I couldn't really care less really about 3D at this point.
no,
Like
It's
every
another-
once in a while in the
another
movie
game.
theaters,
it's too expensive.
too expensive, and I know in a few years that'll be like basically
Standard.
almost standard, and it'll be for prices of what they are now,
Yeah.
like normal ones.
Well, I think it's just one of those things that you have to it's almost future proofing, even though it's old tech. Like everything nowadays, every phone, the Vita, everything's just like with every piece of tech that comes out nowadays that hooks up to the internet. It's almost got 2 prerequisites before it can even become tech, and it's got to be Facebook accessible, and it has to be able to stream Netflix. Seriously, And I just think that 3D's becoming that next thing where it's just like if it doesn't support 3D, it's not worth talking about.
There's just
Even
not
though-
not enough things to support 3D at this point.
Yeah. I just think it's one of those things that everybody's getting everything future-proofed for.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I don't know. And DirectX 11, I'm not sure what that is. That's your wheelhouse. I don't know if it's
It's-
good or not.
Most games are using it
Yeah.
at this point anyway. Well, not for consoles, but PC. DirectX 11 is where it's at.
Pretty standard PC.
Yeah.
What version is 360 on right now?
10, I believe. You can check that out. It's either 9 or 10. But I believe they got maybe one of the first versions of 10 in there.
It's almost 7 years old now. It's
Well,
Yeah, it's true. But I know they were.
out then.
oh,
What?
OneUp.com, Xbox 360 not upgradable to DirectX 10.
Yeah, that's what I
Which
thought
means
I
we're on
remember
9.
hearing. Yeah, so it'd be at 9, and 10 was a huge release. Like, if you compare 9 to 10 on a PC,
that was like a new generation of console.
Yeah, that was like a new generation, basically.
Yeah.
Like, everything just looks so different. Because I remember the first game that I think supported it was Crysis, I believe. That was one of the first ones to come out. Yeah, I think
that was the big deal on.
That was the big deal about
Xbox
Crysis, and why
couldn't
everyone
run
was
it.
just like, "This is."
And then Crysis 2's first achievement.
What was the first achievement?
The title of the achievement
Couldn't
was
run
Will
this
It
or
Won
whatever.
Crisis.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. That was toasting machines when that came out.
Yeah, that was
That
hilarious.
took me a while to get. I didn't upgrade for a while, but it was. By the time I actually got it, it wasn't as impressive, sadly, because most games are running 10 at that point.
Well, now like everything will run Crisis, the first one.
What do you gentlemen think about if there will be backwards compatibility?
It better be.
There better be. Like, seriously, the backwards compatibility from 360 to Xbox is horrible. I don't know if you've tried to play some of those games that says it can play.
They all run badly.
They're run badly, and the fact that some of the features still don't work.
Yeah.
Newest thing that I remember is NHL Hits 2003. You can play a game completely fine. You go to save anything, so, if you want to come back and play and actually pick up something, freezes, crashes, and you lose everything. On the official website, it says full backwards compatibility.
No.
That's not full backwards compatibility.
Lies.
When the game
Lies and
crashes, when you
slanders.
try to do a save.
I think we put too much into it. We all want it. I want it too. But it only matters for the first 6 or 8 months of the console's life cycle anyway.
Yeah,
'cause
absolutely.
You don't, like,
We're not going to be playing
as much
these
as you
games.
pretend you do, like, you don't want to go put in some crap from the original Xbox, which was revolutionary back in the day, with the exception of a few of the like major smash hits.
Yeah, there's only like 3 or 4 that I'll play in a year that's on an original Xbox.
That's what I'm saying. Your library, until you grow it to like your
and
first 5 or 6 games.
I hate it because when you even go on, it takes you off Xbox Live.
Yeah.
And
can't party chat either.
Yeah, you can't party chat. You can't. I don't see why that's that big of a deal. But I'm also not one of the ones programming that.
Yeah.
But it's a big hassle because you rely on that internet support. You want to be able to play. I have a mood to play Mercenaries, and everyone's online, and I have to go off or play something else and do it later.
Yeah. So I think people put a little bit too much stock into it, and it should be there, but I don't know. In 6 months, you won't care. Like, all the games that are so great and revolutionary right now, you won't give a shit about 1 year after the next console's been out.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a few people who go back every once in a while, but I think for the most part, most people don't even use backwards compatibility at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for all the poor people that want PS3s.
Or PS2s.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that too.
PlayStation.
Yes. I could actually, if you guys wanted to hit another rumor, go ahead, but or else I could just feed straight into it.
Go for it.
Okay, we're going to move on to my portion. It's going to be Tony's topic of the week.
He's got a huge grin because he's going to do that. I knew it.
What I'm actually going to do, just to give you guys, every week when we do this, I'm going to take the biggest thing that I think happened all week, and we're just going to kind of run with it. I'm not going to tell my fellow hosts what it is, so everything that comes out of their mouth is just going to be right off the top of their head. It's going to be a surprise every week. This is like a very opinionated section. We'll probably be doing some arguing and stuff. This isn't facts. It's just us goofing around and kind of shooting the shit to close out the show.
Throwing microphones at each other.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Don't throw my microphones.
Yeah, I'll buy a new one.
This will be for like if a new IP is announced or when new consoles are announced or, official, and we can all talk about it.
I know what he's talking about now.
And
Spoilers.
debate.
Spoilers.
Well, yeah, actually, it's...
Get to it.
It's
no spoilers,
It's
Tony.
a little late, but we're still going to use it anyway.
I know all about it.
No, because now we've had a little time for the dust to settle, and I know all the reviews came out like the last week of the year, but now it's been a little over a month, and you've had time to think about it and let everything settle in, and we're going to be talking about your 2011 games of the year. Now, give me a second. We're going to do a quick list where you're just going to hit up. I know it's going to be hard for you, but you can use PC instead.
Yeah.
Just say, just shoot, just quick, rapid fire, think about it. But your favorite PS3 game, your favorite Xbox game, Nintendo and PC if you want. Then out of those, think about it a little further as we're going around. Pick out your favorite game of the year and why. But you can let everybody know about your favorite per console, if you'd like. Or I know you're. Do you do iOS gaming at all? Or Android
no,
gaming?
not currently. After my iTouch kind of died.
No.
Okay.
He plays Android games.
Yeah, I'm on
Well,
my
Android game.
If you want, feel free to throw in your favorite Android game as well.
Yeah,
Addict.
So
yeah. Drag racing. That one takes up too much time.
yeah, there was that big onslaught I remember from like what was it, September through December. That was one of the craziest things in my entire life with gaming. There was just
I bought so much.
That's why I don't know how people were like, oh, the game of the week was, or the game of the year was coming out like 2 weeks before the year was over, and it was like, how can you know?
Yeah.
What'd you do? Put 5 minutes into every game? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I don't know who wants to kick it off, but I'm kind of interested in what you guys think.
Well,
We could just do PS3. What's your PS3?
oh man,
Mine's Uncharted 3. It's not even. It's not even a competition.
well for me it's going to be Uncharted.
It's got to be, right.
It's got to be.
There's just what else came out? It's like Resistance was a good game. Infamous, that was this year as well, right? Infamous 2.
Yeah.
Well, I thought about it and I'm like, no, Soul Calibur came out this year.
Yeah.
So no, it's Uncharted.
Yeah.
It's
one of the
the
best.
only game that came out in 2011 for PS3 that I bought.
I think it's getting too much slack because they're saying it's not Uncharted 2, but Uncharted 2 was a 15 out of 10, and Uncharted 3 is just a 10 out of 10, and people are like, man, it wasn't as good. It's still like...
So great.
It's a ridiculous game.
Awesome.
I loved it. So, I know you don't really have PS3, right?
I don't have a PS3 anymore. I did
yeah.
get rid of mine. But if there was one game I had wanted to play this year, it would definitely... It would probably have been Uncharted, because I actually would have liked to play Infamous as well, just because I did like Infamous.
Go
And
play
He's handing
Uncharted.
him his controller
I'm
right
playing
now. Do it.
Uncharted
Do it.
apparently right now.
All right, so what do you guys think in the world of Nintendo? This could be the DS, 3DS, and the Wii, obviously.
Who has Wii's?
Yeah, I know. I was
I
saying,
do, and
came
it's-
out this year. We'd have to sell a lot of
Skyward Sword.
Yeah,
That
I
was
saw a
mine.
lot of Skyward
It's
Sword.
the only thing that I've turned my Wii on for this year, and I'm actually enjoying it. And you guys know my hatred for motion gaming, but the one-to-one actually works as well as the Wii probably can. That's probably what they were shooting for when they designed the Wii, but nobody's been able to get it right because the Wii just doesn't work. It's typical Nintendo. You have to get add-ons with the little Wii Motion Plus because they
circle pads for the 3DS.
they design stuff incorrectly at first and then put add-ons to fix it. But Skyward Sword is a hell of a game.
I have not put like any time into Skyward Sword yet. Out of the stuff I have played,
I know you really enjoyed Mario 3D.
I do enjoy the
3D
Mario
Land
3D
or
Land.
3DS Land or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Super Mario 3D Land.
Yeah,
It is a lot of fun. It is a very easy game.
I played it for 10 minutes that day at IHOP or whatever we were at, and it was a good time.
It's a fun game.
Wasn't a system seller for me. I didn't
No.
run out and get the 3DS, but
Not
it was
by
a good
any
game.
means.
Yeah, it was a good game. So
For me, since I don't have a 3DS, just my regular DS, of course, I didn't play the Wii this year. I have that from my mom, but did play the demo of 3DS Land. I don't know why Joe's got his arms up.
he looks so angry, like he's just waiting for you to finish.
I take it back.
Oh,
It's
he's
not
changing
Super
his
Mario.
Nintendo. Okay.
It's not Super Mario.
Okay, what is it?
It is Professor Layton.
What?
The newest
Which
Professor
one was
Layton
that?
game.
There's the fourth one I know, but I don't remember the end suffix of it.
Oh no.
Last Spectre?
That's it.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. It is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, PC gaming,
Yeah, that's where
I would assume
Skyrim.
I was going to say all the PC gaming I do is actually at Joe's house because he's got a supercomputer. He really does, and Skyrim's a lot of fun. I had a ball playing Skyrim on his.
You're going to have to do it again now. Because now I have mud crabs with monocles and top hats. No, actually, in last couple weeks, Steam released the Steam Workshop for Skyrim, and now you could go on Steam's website, find mods, and hit subscribe. It'll download and install everything for you.
and update as well,
And
which
keep
is
them
something
updated.
I was downloading off Nexus before that, and that you had to go there manually.
And Nexus has been around since
Launch.
Morrowind,
Yeah, that
and
too.
it's find a mod, download it, copy it into your system, game files, whatever. And then anytime there's an update, you would have to go actually physically find that mod again, download the new files, and install
Steam makes
them
it
again.
easier.
Steam just keeps everything updated.
Dummy proof.
PC?
PC.
Slash
Skyrim.
Mac if you want.
Yeah, no, I do Max.
Yeah.
But Skyrim was a great choice. It would be my number 2 though. My first one would definitely be Star Wars Old Republic. That was extremely good.
Yeah.
I'm a big MMO gamer, and there's only been one or two. I basically try almost every one every year, and that was one of the few ones I can say was better than WoW for me at least.
Yeah, the one game that came out on PC this year, because I don't have a PC power enough to run anything that I wanted to play, but it looks really old school. I think it's, I might be skewing the title slightly, but I think it was called The Binding of Isaac.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it was.
It looks so cool. Very, very Zelda Dungeon-esque from the original NES, but with modern day, and it looks really, really fun. I heard it pulled great reviews, and people want DLC and sequels for it. It looks.
I haven't even seen this game.
Yeah, check it out on Steam.
I think it's like a
it's like
$10
$15
game.
or something.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
and it looks great.
I got a few of my friends who are playing it. There's
Yeah.
that's a number 1 game on my friends' Steam list at this point because so many people are playing it.
Yeah, that's the one that I regret.
What's it called?
The Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. And then the big boy, gentlemen. What about the Xbox?
That's not the PC.
No, it's the big boy.
The PC.
No, that's what we mainly play.
But the PC.
So hard this year.
Wait, before we
I'm
switch,
like, yeah. What were you saying?
I also have to say, Old Republic has sucked up
A lot of your time now.
40 hours already for
Yeah,
me. I've had it for
yeah.
like a week and a half.
Yeah.
I don't play games like that.
I know. For me on the Xbox, it's ridiculous. I don't even know. It's either Forza 4 or Gears of War 3. And Forza, I know, got no attention from anyone because the race car genre is so small in the big scheme of things, and it doesn't sell enough copies and everything.
Got a lot of graphical enhancements from websites, but that was about it. Like no one had it on their
It's a ridiculous achievement in the racing realm, and I've been a big race car simulator fan since I was a little kid playing crap on the on the Atari even. All the way
F-Zero.
up through, yeah, and then when Gran Turismo finally debuted on the PS1, I was just like blown away, and what this has done, and it's dethroned Gran Turismo. I know a lot of people don't want to admit it.
Stop sliding that. I can hear it.
Oh, okay.
I know people don't want to admit it, but Forza has taken over the king with this with the latest one. Gran Turismo is no longer the racing simulator king.
No, and for as long as I was working at GameStop, and all the people that had both systems would come in, I need a racing game. Oh, get Forza. Mm-hmm. No, I want Gran Turismo. It's better. I'm like, what makes you think it's better?
They were better for
a long time. They
Gran
were,
Turismo's
but
the king, dude, for 15 years.
GT5, Gran Turismo, GT5 versus Forza 4. Yeah. It's Forza 4, hands down.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no way to beat Forza anymore.
Mm-hmm. They're by and large the better. And with Gears, everything that was wrong. I'm a big Gears of War fan. It's not my favorite series of all time, but I'm a big fan of the series. And everything that they screwed up in the first 2 titles, they perfected in the third one. There's just nothing wrong with that game. Horde mode's fantastic.
I don't like the tower defense bullshit.
What tower defense bullshit?
All the defenses. I hate 'em.
For beast mode.
No.
Oh, just
Beast
for
mode's a
horde mode
stupid
as well.
little tacked on.
I like beast mode.
I like beast mode a lot. That was my favorite.
not
I like
like
it too, though.
Yeah.
That's what
I do not like building fortifications in regular horde mode.
I got used to it, but it was
That's
annoying the
reason I
repair
haven't
prices
been
of
playing
them, in my opinion.
That and whatever
I
happened
like
to
it. I don't know.
Because I found that we had to do really, really well just to get the higher upgrades, just because it would cost
yeah.
$1,000, no,
Exactly.
like $10,000 or something.
It's
like
not
that.
just simple horde mode like Gears of War 2 was.
Yeah,
I loved Gears 2 horde.
The campaign made more sense. It wasn't just random muscly dudes screaming. There was actually a little bit of a story going on. I was a little like spoilers, but I was like, whoa, they killed Dom off. I did not see that shit coming.
Oh, I saw one of those main 4 characters was going to die.
Yeah,
I knew that much.
I
was
that's
actually
the game,
shocked
though,
that it
man.
was
It's
Dom.
Dom and Marcus. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Horde's great. I love the Lambent add-on. The entire aspect of the Lambent is cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, I was surprised. With new enemies, I thought we were going to have something like horrible, like the Flood or something.
Yeah.
But now,
That game didn't even get considered by anybody for Game of the Year. There was all those
no, it didn't.
Nobody brought up Gears was great. That was such a good game. It was more precise. The online worked. Multiplayer was fun. I know you guys don't dabble too much in that. You guys are more Horde mode.
Co-oping.
Yeah, co-op. The 4-player co-op campaign, it worked flawlessly. Everything was... It was just a really well put together game.
Yeah, it worked flawlessly until you didn't want to be the chick.
Yeah, that was a little. That was a little forked. Yeah, that's a good call. And the minor complaint was some of the guns that you have to start with, depending on what character you drew.
That's the worst.
That was lame. Like looking around, like, dude, I just want a Lancer, and like
get the retro.
I mean?
And then depending on what mode you're on, when you get to the end of that section, you get the retro back, and it's like, dude, I spent 10 minutes not trying to use this.
Yeah, and then you get to the checkpoint, it resets sometimes or whatever.
It was awful.
Same point, yeah. But besides that, I loved. So I don't know. I don't even know which one's my favorite Xbox game, but those two are.
Can't it be both?
It's not supposed to be. It is my segment, so if anything, I can get away with it. But let's go Forza 4. That is my favorite Xbox game of the year.
All right, we need to lay down some ground rules. Game of the Year edition came out 2011 for Red Dead.
Okay.
I think it's my favorite that I've bought for 2011.
I'll let that slide. It technically is a new game. It's they added on.
It's repackaged.
It's repackaged.
So I'll let it slide.
But I haven't even touched Undead Nightmare yet.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, it's good stuff, dude. Especially when you I don't even want to tell you about it, man. You go against Sasquatch and there's the eating.
Shut up.
You eat babies.
I'm gonna kill you.
Good Easter eggs.
Oh, but yeah, it's good stuff. For you, Xbox?
For Xbox, I'd have to say Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Ooh.
That one was so surprisingly good. I was absolutely surprised. I played the original one on Xbox. I had it on, and like what they added and what they did with it was so good. Only complaint was probably the boss fights. They were hard, but
I heard they got outsourced.
They did get outsourced, and it definitely changed. The overall feel of them just feels different from the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But after one playthrough, I was kind of fine with them. Most of them are broken easy once you figure out some certain like ways to beat it. So
that was the problem.
You'll die a few times though.
That was a big problem with Medal of Honor was they split up. They gave DICE the multiplayer aspect, which was great because it feels a lot like Battlefield, and then the campaign was made by I can't even remember, and it's different.
Yeah,
it's just everything felt different because you have two different companies trying to converge into one game, and
you had Modern Warfare 3 had 3 different companies for.
What an awful game!
Yeah, not a Modern Warfare fan. I just got Battlefield last week, so
yeah. All right, so what's your?
Oh well,
you got a second.
Wait.
Oh, you want to go back? Go back.
We're gonna go back. Games that weren't repackaged for Game of the Year.
Xbox.
For me,
yes.
Alice.
You know what? I love that. I really, really love that game.
You know what?
It gets a lot of shit, too.
Game
Those
Informer?
guys, Spicy Horse, everybody reviewed it terribly because they don't get what that guy's trying to do.
Yeah.
It's
Game
a dark,
Informer gave it
game.
like a 4 or 6 or something.
6.5.
6.5?
Which I looked at it like, what?
Yeah. I could not believe that got that low of a score.
Have you played it yet?
No, I have not.
It's a great
you're
game.
Going to go home with that.
It's very God of War-esque.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But it's twisted Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. Like
my sister's really big into it, but
yeah,
I just assume
it's
if she
not
likes
your
it, I probably won't.
Disney.
It's still a hack and slash, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think people wanted it like maybe it's too dark for people, but like
that's what made it
every
so
game
good.
Can't be
like
you can't get so mad when stuff strays from Call of Duty.
You can't look at Alice in Wonderland and then look at the M rating and be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's so messed up, dude. Spicy Horse, they did a good job. And they made it for their fans. I don't care, because there's all those guys that fell in love with it on the PC, the original one.
Oh, yeah.
And that's who they made the game for. They didn't make it to sell a gazillion copies. I'm sure they would have been happy if it did, but they made it for fans of the series.
Yeah.
And those fans liked it, and the people who don't get it played it, and they reviewed it, and they killed it, which sucked.
Yeah.
I agree. That's a great game.
But then on top of that, working at GameStop for as long as I did, up until 2 weeks ago, since that game came out in May, my store and your store had like 2 copies traded in.
Yeah,
in
people kept
like
that game.
6 month span.
People kept that game.
Yeah, no one traded that game in.
I still got it, and I love the download. That was cool use of the online pass.
Yeah,
where they threw in a repackaged version of the PC game. That's cool.
Yep.
That's cool. That's not just the $10 to get you online. They give you a physical.
There's no
game.
co-op in the game.
Yeah, there's no multiplayer aspect.
So like it was the online pass was nothing more than a free download for the original game.
Yeah, and that deters a lot of people too nowadays. They're all just like, "Oh, there's no like multiplayer, blah 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 blah." Arkham City didn't use it. I know you weren't too big of a fan, but
I did not like
you don't
any
need,
of the Batman games.
The point I'm trying to make is you don't need
If
multiplayer.
you get a long enough story, Skyrim doesn't have multiplayer. If you get a long enough, interesting enough story, you're gonna be okay. But
but you take, like,
a lot of these things are coming out with like a 6-hour, 8-hour campaign.
Call
you
of
need
Duty.
a lot, you need a lot
Bioshock
more.
2 screwed that up. Like, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
I just want my campaign. I didn't play Bioshock because I want to, frag. I'll go do that with Battlefield. I don't know.
It just came out 2 hours ago. A girl fight bringing female fisticuffs to Xbox Live Arcade.
I like it.
All girls scrapper slated for spring launch. There you go.
All right, gentlemen. So here it is. You've had a second to think of it. It doesn't even have to be necessarily one of your top from each system, but just what's the game of the year for 2011?
For me
new
personally.
IP or a
Matters not. What's
All
your
right.
game of the year? Put everything together: mobile, phones, PC, consoles.
we actually didn't do phones. did
We did not do phones.
Does anybody have a game? I don't play. I play stupid shit on my phone. It's just not compelling enough to get drawn in for a long ass game for me.
For
but-
for long ass game, I got absolutely sucked into drag racing.
Sorry.
that's what it's called. Yeah.
I'm gonna check. Is that Android?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Is it free or is
yeah,
it?
it's
Yeah.
free.
I should check that
and
out.
seriously, you get the customized cars, and it's like 5-6 seconds. I don't know how many hours, but no, way too many. I never put that many hours into a phone game.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was probably my
That's the game that did it for you.
yeah. That's the game that did it for me this year.
I don't know how long the game's been out, but I spend a lot of time playing Doodle Jump on my phone.
Doodle jump, so easy.
Game is great.
So now we've got the handheld. Does anybody want to cover handheld? I don't think anything was good enough to merit a whoa.
Not that I picked up at least.
Yeah.
No.
Professor Layton.
Yeah. Ocarina of Time remake was cool, but
Yeah,
you're rehashing a
Yeah.
15-year-old game.
It's
10.
This is crap. Call of Duty Black Ops
Whatever.
voted
My
best
math's not
video
good.
game ending of all time by Guinness Book of World Records.
That was stupid. I actually want to revert back to that after we cover the
Okay.
game of the year thing because
Going down the list of
they
new
said
news.
they said Super Mario Brothers has one of the great it's dumbass kids. The game doesn't end. It just says play it again. I can't even remember but it's just play it again in a harder mode. That's how Super Mario Brothers ends. How is that
Zelda
the
does
best,
that too.
How is that the best ending of all time? It doesn't end.
Star Wars Knights of the Republic is 49th. This is top 50 that they have listed right now.
Anyway, game of the year.
Game of the year, I'm definitely going to put up just because it was so different than in basically anything I bought this year was Deus Ex.
Excellent. Across all platforms. What are you thinking?
All platforms.
Across everything that plays a game, man.
Dungeon Defenders.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, I like it.
So many hours.
I like it.
I
And
have to go back to that too.
Yeah.
for me, it's not even a competition. It's Uncharted 3. I'm gay for that series. I'm gay for Nathan Drake. It's ridiculous. I love those games so much. I can't speak highly enough about them. And I did not like the multiplayer in Uncharted 2, but that's not what I bought it for. And Uncharted 3 actually changed my mind. The co-op defense is amazing. I was playing that with Tyler because you've been slacking on that shit.
Dude, I've wanted to do the co-op.
It's awesome. It's
On Uncharted.
The story's amazing. They rounded it off. I don't know if you guys haven't finished. You never played it, right? But
No,
you
no.
haven't finished it yet. But
I've not finished the game
I
yet.
think the series, they closed it off enough where if they walk away from Uncharted, you feel closure and you feel good about the way they're finishing the series. But they obviously left it open enough where if they're Naughty Dog's hurting for money, they can always throw in an Uncharted 4 in there and it'll be fine. But they just did an amazing job with everything about that. They fixed problems that I didn't know Uncharted 2 had because it's my favorite video game of all time, at least this generation. But stuff that you didn't even realize was broken with Uncharted 2 because you were having such a blast and it was such a good game that they fixed in Uncharted 3, and now you look back at Uncharted 2 and you're like, wow, that was kind of silly how they had it. And they fixed, it's just great. I can't stress enough. That is my game of the year. Hands down. Not even close. It was my most anticipated game, and it did not disappoint. I was looking really forward to Forza 4 as well, though. I really was. But
I love Forza.
But Uncharted, just everything about it was just perfect. I loved it. So,
We should upcoming releases for 2012.
Stuff I'm looking more. I'm looking forward to. I'm a big fan of it. I know most people aren't. I like the rehashed Medal of Honor. I know I brought it up earlier. I'm looking really forward to seeing what they did. It was a cool campaign.
The Medal of Honor 2?
Huh?
Medal of Honor 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's technically like 7 or 8.
Yeah,
The rehashing.
They can just make up numbers when they want.
Yeah, the rehashing of the series, and I don't know if you guys played it, but I'm looking really forward to see what happened with Rabbit, which was one of the characters during the campaign. The multiplayer is handled by DICE, which I'm a big fan of. I like their Battlefield series. I'm hoping Bad Company 3 gets announced this year because I want to see.
I love their story.
I want to see what happens to those 4 guys. I want to see.
Yeah.
I was hoping for that as opposed to Battlefield 3. But when I heard Battlefield 3, I wasn't like mad, but I was hoping that was going to be the
Battlefield
game.
2 needed a big update, though.
That's what they were. Well, Battlefield's their big thing.
Oh yeah, the
Bad Company's
PC
like a
for Battlefield is so much.
Yeah,
they get so many more people playing that than Bad Company.
Yeah, but those characters are so like, I don't know. I want to see where those guys bring me. I'm looking really forward to that being announced. But the games that are for sure coming out, it's definitely Medal of Honor for me.
For me, is going to be Diablo.
There you go. Yeah,
if it comes out,
that's
if it comes out this year,
if it doesn't get stuck in development.
But it is Blizzard, so
Yeah. My biggest XBLA title is definitely going to be Alan Wake, which is actually only a week away.
It's a few, isn't that
the 22nd?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my big one for arcade, and my big retail one is definitely Mass Effect 3 for me. I'm a big Mass Effect fan.
Yeah.
So
very cool, very cool. I don't know if you want to punch back on that last topic, if you wanted to.
I don't remember what I
was. The stupid.
Thanks for the update.
Nice.
All right, we're updating our virus databases.
Yeah, but that stupid list of top 50 endings.
Oh yeah, top 50 endings.
It was obviously voted on by a bunch of 12-year-olds
who
haven't played anything.
Let me get it up again.
Who haven't played anything from the other generations, because. I mean, a couple of them on there are worthy. Like, I know Ocarina of Time, that had a great ending.
Yeah, that was number 2, actually.
Yeah, it's a good story, good game, but I just feel like a bunch of 12-year-olds were the only ones voting on this.
Yeah, I don't know. Here it is. Let me pull it back up. Internet loading. All right, cool. So here we go.
The original BioShock was one of the I don't know if you guys have...
Yeah, that was a crazy ending, too.
That was one of the crazy settings.
I'll actually look to see if it's on here. My biggest problem with it is number 4 is Modern Warfare 2. I don't know about...
It was a carbon copy of the first.
I know, I don't think it should be that high.
How's it even on the list? Instead of shooting the dude in the head with the pistol, you threw a knife in his eyeball.
Yeah. One that I think should have been higher. I don't know.
What's the webpage? Let me pull this up.
It's on Xbox 360 Achievements.org. One of the ones that I thought would have been a little bit higher. It's still ranked number 10, but I absolutely love the ending of it. Was Heavy Rain. I don't know if any of you played it.
I have played Heavy Rain.
The ending of that was so strong, and it last 4 hours just flew for me. I think I plowed through that.
Wait, XboxAchievements.org?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Bringing it up right
Xbox 360, but yeah. And then you have to go to the archive.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, go to the archive one. Pokemon Black and White, I did not finish yet, but that's number 12 on the list. Let's see what else we got
Gotta catch
here.
them all.
You know, I noticed a lot of the Assassin's Creed games are on here. Brotherhood's ending, they're interesting, but they leave it a cliffhanger just enough to...
Wait. You're gonna screw it up for me. I haven't finished Brotherhood yet.
Okay, no. It's just it just ends like all the other ones do. They always leave you with a cliffhanger, and...
They leave room for another one,
Yeah, they always leave room for another one.
I love the way... now that you brought up Assassin's Creed, number 2 is... great.
Yeah. Portal 2 ended up being on number 17. I actually just finished that this week. That was a really strong ending. I give them mass props for that. Let's see what else we got on this list.
Portal 2, that was another overlooked game because how early it came in the year.
My God. I can't believe I didn't say Portal 2
in
this entire fucking podcast. I thousanded that. I got all the achievements on PC, and I played it for 2 hours on PS3, and I have half the achievements.
Down.
Somewhere over here?
Yeah, down more on the left side. There you go. The archive.
Ah, okay.
It's the one article right below it.
Yeah, I'm still trying to pull up this webpage, guys.
Wait, where is it?
Modern
Left-hand
Warfare
side, like, on the
1 ended up at number 23 on the list of top 50, and I don't know. For me, that was one of the strongest story-wise Modern Warfares. And
Which one was?
Modern Warfare 1.
Oh yeah, by
Yeah.
far. I actually really enjoyed Black Ops campaign. I thought that was one of the better campaigns that the Call of Duty series has put out. The multiplayer was broken like every Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 1 is, but
I like how
campaign
both
was
the
strong.
Kingdom Hearts games got on there. That makes me a bit happy. BioShock ended up being 35th on the list.
I still don't see it.
Whoa.
I'm like,
There you go, Activision 1.
oh,
Touchscreen
I was looking
tablet
for something
controller?
that said 50.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was
yeah,
just
it's
going to
kinda
be a
linked
Call
it.
of Duty. Stupid.
Let's see, Fallout 3, 38th on the list. That was a pretty good ending as well.
Ratchet and Clank getting a little love.
Yeah, that too. Cracking Time.
That's not even the best Ratchet and Clank, though.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I'm a big fan of that series.
I did
but
not see the ending of Force Unleashed 2. I just know a lot of people hated on it for how short it was. But that ended up at 44th
It's a
on the
good
list.
game. I love that. It's really, really
Everyone
good.
said it was good,
It's
but too short.
ridiculously short.
Yeah.
It is. It really is. And the dual wielding sounded cooler than when it actually got put down on the pavement, because in the first one, as you're swinging the lightsaber, it was so fast. Like when they added a second lightsaber, you're actually not doing double the damage. You're just taking half a swing. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say.
No, yeah, I kind of get it.
No, it's just all for aesthetics.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't actually do anything or make the moves any cooler. Sonic Adventures 2?
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say. Like little.
This is
kids,
an
dude.
awful list.
Yeah, there's some of them, but, it's so hard. Especially if it's fan voted on as well. I don't exactly know how Guinness Book of World Records did it, if it was them or not.
Grand Theft Auto 4. That was kind of weird.
Rockstar also says, don't count out the possibility of a new LA Noire.
Ugh.
Man,
no.
dude,
We need another
make
Red Dead.
another Red Dead.
And they say, plus, expect to hear more
You hear me,
GTA
Rockstar?
5 news in the next few months.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's gonna be the big one. That, and they got Max Payne. That's coming.
yeah, they just delayed that
ridiculously
till May. They just delayed it till May.
Yeah.
It was going to come out the same day as Mass Effect originally, which would have sucked.
soon. Well, besides that,
Yeah.
we got to get you to work, don't we?
I got like 15 more minutes. Well, like 20.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
but
let's keep shooting. Let's keep shooting the shit then.
What's the next game you guys buying?
Wait a sec. Wait a
Twisted
sec.
Metal.
Twisted Metal?
Hold on. Hold on.
All right.
We need to talk about this because I just saw it.
All right.
Touchscreen tablet controller planned for next Xbox.
No, not
No,
happening.
I don't think it's going to
not.
happen.
It's not happening. These are just idiots in.
What is it on?
It's on Xbox 360 achievements.org.
Oh.
It's not happening. It's just stupid. Like
No, I think
some rumors. Are
half
just,
these
yeah.
rumors are going to be thrown out. I mean, there's like that. Like for original 360, they were talking about the used game mod chip that would limit you to play only new, and that never happened. And I'm sure it won't happen this time either. I know there's been a lot of hate from developers on like mostly GameStop about they're not getting any of the profits back from their secondhand selling.
It's such a bullshit argument, though. Like, it's once you pay your $60 for that game, I buy mostly used.
Oh, yeah.
Or I mean, excuse me, mostly new. So this doesn't even affect me. I do give them my money, but the way that they complain, like once somebody puts down that $60, the online portion of that game should be carried out for the duration of how long that disc lasts. That's the end of the story. It doesn't matter who's in possession of that disc. It's a part of the game that you included in your $60 price tag, and it should be whoever has the disc at the time. It should be, you can't borrow games anymore. I don't know. It's the only field that's like that. Like General Motors doesn't make any money after I sell a truck of theirs that I bought brand new. They don't see a penny of that.
Yeah, and they don't seem to be complaining as much
yeah.
as developers are at this point.
Hollywood isn't getting a movie when you sell a DVD to disc replay or borrow it to one of your buddies because it was used or off Blockbuster, or renting it over and over and over again.
That's actually my one downfall for PC is that I can't lend games out anymore. I used to be able to
That's what I'm saying. How do you borrow games?
give a
in the
friend
future?
who a disc with my serial key and they would just be able to install it, no problem whatsoever. But now with Steam, they absolutely killed borrowing computer games.
Yeah, but
And I don't really feel bad about it, though, because I'm saving so much money. Like, I don't think I've paid I think I bought 1 or 2 new games off my whole list of like 100, which was like Red Orchestra 2 last year. But for the most part, most games I pay are under $20.
Yeah.
There's actually a website, steamcalculator.com, that you could see how much your Steam library is worth.
Oh man, let's see. we're gotta go do this. Steam calculator. Alright, now we have to find out how much we're actually all spending.
Surveyed 13,000 fans.
Oh man, what's my ID? This sucks. Alright, let's see.
Alright, mine is worth $679.71.
My account's private, so I have to go switch that.
Good job.
How dare
I
me do
think,
that.
honestly, I only spent maybe $200 out of this list.
I'll have to hit you up next week and find out.
I'm gonna
Hold him to it, fans.
I'm gonna put this in the notes.
God!
Back to the tablet. I think there's a great possibility as an add-on, but as the primary thing, like the Wii U, no way. Microsoft's not that stupid. They know that their bread and butter is the core.
Oh yeah, the control. I mean, even with the Kinect, they didn't get the sales they wanted to out of that for sure.
Yeah. When there's the stupid motion gaming craze finally goes away, you know who's going to be left is us, not these grandmas who want to play Wii bowling. That are,
I love Wii bowling.
Yeah, so does the rest of the world that doesn't really play video games, though. The Wii has the lowest attach rate of any console ever. People buy that system and have like 2 games for it.
Okay, I've actually owned 4 separate Wiis.
Why would you do that?
I've had one, and it's a paperweight.
Shut up, Mark. I have integrated my Wii system gaming into my computer now. It renders the graphics a million times better.
Well, I mean, it's the Wii's the greatest trick the video game world's ever played. I mean, it's GameCube 1.5, and they're like, "Ooh, it's so revolutionary." I remember pointing a thing at the screen playing Duck Hunt in 1987,
and
88.
The Power Glove.
It was the same.
Nintendo's
thing,
been
but
doing
a little, but that's
motion
what
control.
That's what 25 years of technology brought us from was the Duck Hunt shooter to the Wiimote.
Yeah.
That's what they did with 25 years of tech.
Oh,
it's a little more
so much
sophisticated.
more
I'm
shit.
not trying to say it's the same thing, but I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
Not a Wii fan, right?
No, I'm not
Nobody
really a Wii fan,
is.
but like I don't know. Like the technology was not that new. I mean, like
That's what I'm trying to say.
like I think
Motion control started in the 80s. With
Yeah,
the
I know. I don't
fucking Power
remember if
Glove.
Wii was trying to say that was like the first thing ever. Or
No,
like,
that was their big thing. Was look at and all the fanboys. Which, by the way, I hate all fanboys, but Nintendo fanboys are the worst by far. But,
No, no,
They
I
just
disagree.
defend it. They're like, "Oh, it's so revolutionary." Where now Microsoft and Sony are trying to copy the success of the Wii. No, they're not. It's like I said earlier. They just
each one of them is specifically different. I mean, if you want to compare, like, mostly the Move is a lot more like the
Move is what
Wii, but
the Wiimote should have been.
yeah.
It's what
I mean, even the the Wii Motion Plus that you all have to buy now for some games, that was what it was supposed to do originally. It wasn't supposed to be an extra add-on for later, but,
but Nintendo
marketing
doesn't design
decided to,
stuff.
I think, do it like that.
Poor design flaws.
I mean, sounds like they just kind of pulled a Disney and said, "I'm doing it first,"
Yeah, but
even though it's not true.
Even though Disney never does anything first.
Yeah, even though they said he had the it's always quoted like, "Oh, Disney, he made cartoons." It was around about 30 or 40 years before he was in the scene. Oh, by the way, from earlier, it is the ACTA, not the FACTA. That we said.
I said FATA.
FATA, that's what it was. Yeah, it's the ACTA. And the article I'm reading off was, if SOPA and PIPA spawned the Antichrist, ACTA would certainly be it.
That's clever. That's clever journalism right there.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Yeah. No, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
You guys got anything else?
No, I can talk on for like 12 more hours, but, we also have
But
other
we are
shows
on
just-
time constraints
Yeah, I do have a life and
Due to,
work, most likely.
jobs.
We'll be back next week filled with another bunch of stuff to talk about. So that's episode 1. Be sure to send in your email questions, comments. Let us know how we're doing. If you want us to try something different, let us know. We're open to suggestions. Let us know how you guys want to shape the show. So, Guys got any closing comments?
I hope you listen to all of this.
Yeah, right.
And if you do, you should email us just to say that I listen to all of it, because that'd make me happy.
It would make us all happy. Joseph?
I got nothing.
Got nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. I think that's it. Episode 1 in the books, guys. Thank you.
Bye.